Hi guys, welcome back to my small channel where I thought it important to do a small update given recent events. As yesterday on Saturday, April the 13th, Iran launched a massive drone and missile attack against Israel, reportedly in retaliation for an Israeli airstrike on the Iranian embassy in Damascus in Syria from back on April 1st. And this incident is the latest in a series of escalations that are part of the broader regional dynamics and proxy conflicts in the area that includes the recent actions of the Houthi rebels in Yemen and the Israeli Gaza conflict, and of course also extends to the Syrian civil war, where Iran began bolstering the Assad regime with military support, troops, and weaponry, all to name but a few instances in recent history. So, this Iranian attack involved over 300 projectiles fired at Israel, including around 170 drones and about 120 ballistic missiles. Israel, with assistance from the United States, the United Kingdom, Jordan, and France, successfully intercepted the vast majority of the incoming threats using a combination of advanced and different air defense systems. Now, despite the scale of the attack, only one person was reported injured in Israel. But as far as this latest event goes, this unprecedented direct confrontation between Iran and Israel marks a significant escalation in the ongoing proxy conflict between the two nations. And as for the map, the straight line distance between Iran and Israel's capitals is approximately 1,600 kilometers or about 1,000 miles. Thus, for Iran to fire missiles or drones into Israel, they would indeed have to fly over other countries due to the geography of the region. Therefore, the flight path includes flying over Iraq, Jordan, or Syria, but certainly not through Saudi Arabian airspace, which therefore creates a slight choke point for firing these weapons, and I might zoom in here, and firing them at such long distances. And as a result, this necessity to traverse the airspace of other nations adds to a layer of complexity and geopolitical sensitivity. And as for Israel's response, firstly, as mentioned, the IDF, or Israeli Defense Forces, successfully intercepted the majority of the Iranian projectiles using their advanced air defense systems such as the Iron Dome and the Arrow 3. The IDF also conducted some strikes against military targets in southern Lebanon belonging to Hezbollah's Radwan forces, which had fired rockets at the Golan Heights in support of the Iranian attacks. As for Israel's political response, well, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu convened an emergency war cabinet meeting to discuss the situation. He also spoke with US President Joe Biden about the attack and received assurances of America's ironclad commitment to Israel's security. Then also, the Israeli defense minister praised the IDF's response to the attack and warned that Israel would deliver a significant response to Iran's aggression. Israel also called for an emergency United Nations Security Council meeting to address the Iranian attacks and received support from several countries, including the United States, Germany, France, and Canada. So, overall, while Israel's defense systems largely neutralized the immediate threat posed by the Iranian attack, the country's leadership vowed to respond significantly to Iran's actions, raising concerns about further escalation in the region. Also, neighboring Jordan did reportedly assist Israel militarily by helping to intercept Iranian projectiles using their own air defense systems. Although Jordan, who maintains a stance of cautious neutrality despite having established a security cooperation meeting or treaty with Israel following their 1994 peace treaty, was warned by Iran not to assist Israel on any military front. Then, as for the United States' political response to the recent developments, where I've already briefly mentioned as President Joe Biden reaffirmed America's ironclad commitment to Israel's security and praised Israel's ability to defend itself against the Iranian attacks, the US has also stated that it supports Israel's right to self-defense, and the US also encouraged restraint to prevent a full-scale war from erupting. And then from there, American officials advised Israeli counterparts, hoping to contain the situation and avoid drawing the US directly into the conflict. But ultimately, the US also stated that it will not participate in any offensive operations against Iran, as Biden made this clear to Netanyahu during their recent telephone conversation. Then, as for the air defenses, it must also be mentioned that in a remarkable display of advanced military technology, the Israeli Arrow 3 missile defense system successfully intercepted an Iranian ballistic missile in space, performing what is known as a exo-atmospheric kill. So, video footage captured the incredible moment when the Arrow 3 interceptor, designed to engage threats outside Earth's atmosphere, collided with the incoming Iranian missile, destroying it before it could re enter the atmosphere and pose a threat to Israeli territory. So, this marks a significant milestone in Israel's multi layered missile defense capabilities and demonstrates the effectiveness of the Arrow 3 system in neutralizing long range ballistic missile threats. Do note, an exo-atmospheric shot refers to any action that occurs outside of Earth's atmosphere, so this typically involves altitudes above the Kármán line, as what it's known as, which is commonly used to define the boundary between Earth's atmosphere and outer space. The Kármán line is located at an altitude of about 100 kilometers, or about 62 miles, above sea level. Thus, any shot or interception that takes place at or above this altitude can be classified as so. And do note, there is no upper limit to this range as it expands all the way into space. So to sign off for this latest event, in all, leaders from various nations around the globe, including the Middle East, have voiced their apprehension regarding the recent nighttime assault and urged for a reduction in tensions. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, a significant regional adversary of Iran, emphasized the necessity of, quote, averting any additional deterioration of the situation. At the same time, Qatar, which maintains robust economic ties with Iran, conveyed its, quote, deep concern. So it's a highly fluid situation which, from a military standpoint, has so far cooled off, touch wood, and let's indeed hope that it stays that way. So thanks for watching, guys, and cheers.